Hurricane Milton has left Florida in a state of devastation, with widespread destruction across the peninsula. Making landfall as a Category 3 storm, Milton brought powerful winds of up to 120 miles per hour, that is 205 kilometers/h, torrential rains, and triggered a series of tornadoes that compounded the damage, particularly on the state's Atlantic coast. As Milton barreled through, it left millions without power, destroyed homes, and caused severe flooding in several regions. In St. Petersburg, one of the more striking scenes was the roof of Tropicana Field being torn off by the fierce winds. The stadium, serving as a shelter for first responders, suffered significant damage, but fortunately, no injuries were reported. Milton also whipped up massive waves in the Gulf of Mexico, causing further peril for coastal areas. In Tampa, despite fears of a massive storm surge, the city experienced a reverse surge, which drew water away from the shore, instead of flooding it. However, parts of the city were inundated, with over 16 inches of rain, leading to a flash flood emergency. The streets were littered with fallen trees, debris, and downed power lines, making movement hazardous. Construction barriers, traffic signs, and even parts of buildings were sent tumbling by the wind's force. Milton made landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast, near Siesta Key, and exited near Cape Canaveral on the east coast. Despite the storm's weakening, as it moved inland, it left behind extensive flooding and damage to infrastructure, including a large hole in the roof of Melbourne-Orlando International Airport. As recovery efforts continue, emergency crews are working to clear debris, restore power, and assess the full scope of the damage. For Floridians, this marks another chapter in the state's ongoing battle with destructive storms. As they begin to rebuild once again in the wake of Hurricane Milton, stay subscribed for more videos.